Hey everybody, Canadian Operator here, and today we're going to be talking about how to get your PAL or your RPAL online. Now, if you've been a fan of the channel for a little while, you know that I've already done a video, and I'll link it right up here in the top right-hand corner of your screen, how to traditionally apply for your PAL or your RPAL. That's the Possession and Acquisition License, or the Restricted Possession and Acquisition License, the license that you need in order to purchase, own, store, and lawfully use firearms here in Canada. Now, there's a huge difference between that video and this one, in that in this video we're going to be talking about how to apply online. Of course, you're still going to need to go and do your Canadian Firearms Safety Course or your Canadian Restricted Safety Course, but once you've done that, the application process is a lot more streamlined online, namely that you don't have to worry about how long it takes for your documents to arrive, you don't have to worry about Canada Post losing your stuff, and just overall makes the whole thing so much easier and, more importantly, a lot faster. Before we get into it though, a huge thanks to moderator Dan and one of our community members for helping to support this video by keeping me well caffeinated using the super thanks button, which can be found below the video. That being said, let's go ahead and head over to the studio, get on the editing PC, and we'll go through step by step how you can apply for your PAL or your RPAL online. All right, everybody, so we're on the editing PC now, and this is where I'm going to show you how to kind of do this all step by step. Now, it'll be a little bit different from me, as of course I already have both my non-restricted and my restricted firearms license. However, it's not too difficult. Just follow the instructions and you'll be fine. But let me get you started and on the way. And of course, if you have any questions, you can leave those down below. You can also join our Discord community, which I will link in the description. And of course, I'll make sure to link this website as well so that you can find it easily. So once we scroll down here, and again, this is the Canadian Mounted Police, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. This is the administrator of the Canadian Firearms Program, which is a federal program. And that means that it is going to be the same, basically, no matter where you are in Canada, as far as applying, receiving, and owning your firearms license. You're going to go ahead and click on licensing here. Now, of course, there's a bunch of other articles here that you can read as well, which I would recommend. I've done videos on a lot of this stuff, including like classes of firearms and stuff like that. So go through my library of videos as well if you want to learn more. And again, if you have any suggestions on future content, do let me know as well. So there's quite a lot to talk about here, but let's go ahead and head over to licensing. And again, you'll have a lot of information here, licensing for Canadian residents, non-residents, minors. There's a lot of stuff to go through here. So again, if you have additional questions, additional concerns, definitely go through and read up on whatever it is that is relevant to you. But if you're ready to apply, you just click on that button right here at the bottom. It'll say apply for a firearms license. You click on that, and you will need something called the My CFP, Canadian Firearms Program account. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. Of course, this is all going to be done online. Again, I'll let you kind of read through this slowly here. You can pause the video if you're not following along in the browser. But there's a button here that says apply online now. So you can do that. Now, of course, you can apply by mail. And if you still want to do that, you can click on this link here. That'll take you to the mail application, which you can just print out and fill out yourself and mail it in. And if you'd prefer to do it that way, do check out my other video on how to apply for your firearms license through the mail, which is one that I've already done in the past. And I'll link that in at the top right-hand corner of your screen here. So you can go check that out if you haven't seen it already, or if that's your preferred way of applying. But we're going to apply online. You're going to go ahead and just click on Apply Online Now, and it'll take you to another page. Again, some more information here. Go through this at your own time, but there's a Get Started button here at the bottom of the screen, so we'll go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you to yet another screen. These government websites tend to be a little convoluted. There's just a ton of layers in places where they don't really need to be, but in any case, here we are. Sign in to the RCMP. So there's going to be a couple of ways for you to do this. If you have a GC Key account, or if you have a means of signing in through GC Key, then you can do so here on the right-hand side. If you'd rather sign in through a sign-in partner like a bank, so if you have a bank account here in Canada and you want to sign in to your government services through that, you can do that here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, of course, for privacy's sake, I'm not going to show you what I'm doing here and who I bank with. So I'm going to cut the video here. I'm going to sign in, and then we'll show you what you need to do next. Okay, so once you've logged in here, the next step is going to be to create your My CFP account. This is relatively new. I believe it's as of July of 2023. Again, I had both my licenses at that point, so I've never really had to do this, although I had access to my Canadian Firearms information on the website with just the same login partner as I used always, which is always my bank. And yeah, for some reason, this is a bit new. So there's going to be a privacy statement here. So go ahead and read through this. If you have any questions, there's some contact information there. I have read and understand the privacy. So if you agree to that, you can go ahead and just click on yes. And then you're going to go ahead and just click on get started here, or I understand rather. And here it's basically going to ask you for all of your personal information. So again, you'll want to fill this out with all of your legal information. That means everything is going to be the same as appears on your citizenship card, your permanent resident card, or your passport. And you want to make sure that you double and triple check this because, again, this is going to be used to verify you in the future. And if you make mistakes here, then that could cause issues with you in the future. So do make sure that you do that right. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and fill all this information out. We're going to go ahead and move through the process together as soon as I've done that. Okay, so once you're done creating your account, you'll get this green message here. It'll say create my CFP account, and then it'll say your account has been successfully created. So you're good to go. And you can click this button here, access my CFP services, which will get you into the place where you need to apply for your license. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Again, we'll stop the video just for a sec for privacy reasons, and we'll go from there. All right, so once you've clicked that button to go to your CFP services, you're going to see that here, my CFP services, okay? And then you're going to have a couple of options here. Now, for me, I already have my PAL and my RPAL, so that's why it says manage here. It might look a little bit different for you. But then there's also a place where you can manage your account information, so you can do that there. And if you are an instructor, which I doubt that you are if you're watching this video, but hey, you can access the instructor services down here as well. So I'm going to click on Manage PAL, and that might not be the screen that you get first. It might be this that you get first if you don't have a PAL, which is apply for a firearms license. If you want to manage your PAL that you already have, you can click on through this section here. And then if you've already applied and you want to check your application status, you can do so down here. We're going to go ahead and apply for a new license, though. I'm not going to go through all of the steps, again, just for privacy reasons and because I already have one. But I'm going to show you how to get started. And then the rest is really just following the information that's being given to you on the website. So please do make sure that you take the time to actually read everything and double check your responses, as that might be a good reason why you don't get your license if you make mistakes there. I'm going to go ahead and click on apply. And then you're going to have some more information here. Again, I encourage you just to read through this. I'm going to try to kind of slowly scroll through here so you can kind of get an idea if you are not following in a web browser, wherever you may be. What you will need, so you're going to need a credit or debit card, of course, because you're applying online, so you're not going to be able to write them a check. You will need 2 pieces of government ID. You'll need to complete this form in person if you reside in Quebec and are applying for a restricted license, so keep that in mind. And if you are applying for a photo waiver, which you can click on that to figure out what that is, you'll need to provide a valid and unique email address of a religious official. So interesting. But in any case, you've got some more important points down here. Again, recommend that you read through all of that and click on the Get Started button. And as with most government services, there's even more stuff to read here. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through this. And again, do make sure that you read through this. I know this is boring as hell, but I got to be honest with you guys. This is the kind of stuff that you really, really need to know, because if you don't follow the steps to a T that they give you here, there's a very good chance that your license may be rejected straight up. It may be delayed. There's other issues that may be caused. So just make sure that you understand everything. Click through the links if you don't understand stuff. Do leave a comment down below if you have questions. I'm not an expert here, so I'm not going to be able to give you every single potential answer that might be out there, but we may be able to help you out. And of course, you can further join the conversation by joining our Discord, which is linked in the description if you have more questions. Click on I understand. And there you go. You are right into the application. There's going to be 19 steps. Again, I'm not going to go through this. I'm not going to select this because I don't want to cause any issues on my own account. But this is going to be very, very similar to that of the paper application that I've went through. And if you want to get an idea of what that and the checklist looks like, then definitely check out the video on the top right-hand corner of your screen. And that will show you basically the paper application. So you can kind of get an idea of what you're in for before you complete your online application. Again, very, very, very important that you complete everything to the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge, and answer as honestly as you possibly can. That includes the stuff about mental health and all those other things. It's very, very important. And to be honest, I think they care less about whether you've had issues in the past and more about whether you're willing to be honest with them. So keep that in mind. And of course, I'm speaking from experience here because when I had my motorcycle accident, I had a lot of mental health issues that I'm still struggling with. And I disclosed that on my license. And yes, it took a little bit longer, but I got my license as opposed to them finding out that I was lying to them. And then, they wouldn't have given me my license as a result, that most likely. So just keep all that in mind. Again, any questions, let us know down below. We also have a Discord. Come on by and continue the conversation there. But that is going to do it for this part. Let's head back to the studio to wrap things up. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you found the video helpful and enjoyable. As always, if you'd like to help the channel out, do make sure you become a subscriber, like and share the video with your friends. And as always, if you have the means, please do consider using the super thanks button down below and check out our merch store, our Etsy store, where all the designs created by me just for you can be found there to help to support the channel as well. And of course, down below, we do also have a link to our Discord. So if you'd like to join our community and have a conversation above and beyond the scope of this video, definitely consider coming over there and hanging out with us. That being said, thanks again for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, happy shooting.